The holiday season should be a joyous time, and hopefully for you it will be. But for some teenagers, many actually here in the Tennessee Valley, it can be a very difficult time as they struggle to get their life back from drug and alcohol addiction. So we're very happy this morning, on the cusp of Giving Tuesday tomorrow, to have Knox Farmer back on the show. He's with Cadas. He's brought with him Melanie Berg, who kind of indirectly is with Cadas, but you're here representing the Schultz Center. So good to see the two of you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for having us.
I kind of went through the back door, I guess, on that lead in, because the truth is all times of the year, which is why y'all need the support on Giving Tuesday. You're helping directly, Melanie, a group of kids who are fighting pretty hard to get their lives back, right?
Yeah, the Schultz Center serves teenagers who are struggling with drug and alcohol issues and mental health issues, and it's residential treatment for kids.
So this has to kind of be the kids who are most maybe determined, because they're really having to put forth a lot of effort in this regard, aren't they?
Yeah, they have a lot to lose. They're worried about losing their families and losing their lives, and so they're really trying to get their life back on track.
So how does this work, Knox? You said y'all have had the partnership, y'all have supported Schultz for a long, long time. How do these teenagers, I'll quit calling them kids, get into your care to begin with?
We do have direct referrals from parents. We also have referrals from DCS and juvenile court. So we've had the Schultz Center for well over 30 years. And so we have seen a lot of kids come through the Schultz program at Cadas.
What does that program look like, Melanie?
It's a 60-day program, so they live with us for those 60 days. It's 24/7 care. We do daily group therapy and 12-step groups, and then we do weekly individual therapy and family therapy. So all of our kids have involved parents or guardians who are doing weekly family therapy over the phone, over Zoom, or in person if they can come. And we're also an accredited school, so a lot of them are behind academically. They might have dropped out, or they could be struggling because they haven't thrived in a traditional school setting, or maybe their addiction got in the way of their school success. And so that's a really cool part of the program, and we really see them really do well academically and get back on track.
So how many do you have at any one time? What's your capacity?
So anywhere between 18 and kind of 22 kids. So we'll have about probably 18 or 20.
That's good. I hate to say that there are that many, but that gives you a lot of camaraderie. I would think that's important in the healing.
Yeah, and community is a huge part of the recovery process. People need people.
So people do need people, and you said one of the things that y'all wanted to stress today is that while the rest of us are having a good time during the holiday season, they are away from their family and they can't go home because it has to be those 60 continuous days.
Yeah. And our hope is that this is the only holiday season that these kids are away from their families. The goal is that they're going to get the help they need and go back home and live a happy, productive life. So hopefully this will be the only Christmas or the only holiday season that they're away from their family.
What do you do if there's a child out there, because you're still a child when you're a teenager, and they don't have that family support? Can they access it too? Or
we work with some hard cases. Sometimes we're helping find a more appropriate guardian. Our kids are not in custody, so they do have a legal guardian. So the family therapy component is really important. And a lot of that's reestablishing trust, working on communication skills, repairing a bond that's maybe been broken or fractured because of addiction.
So what happens, Knox, and I guess either one of you can jump in, but at the end of the 60 days, are they just let loose, or is there still some monitoring?
No.
Yeah, we set everyone up with step-down services. So most of these kids are not local, so we're finding treatment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most of them are not from this area. We serve mostly Middle and East Tennessee, so we're setting them up with aftercare services in their area. So we're going to send them to intensive outpatient or intensive in-home family therapy. We're going to ask them to go to 12-step meetings and find a sponsor and get plugged into their local community.
Okay, dumb question, but why are most of them not from here? Is it because here they can do more of a day program?
No, we do get referrals from here. There are not many treatment options for teenagers in the state of Tennessee, and our program is pretty unique in that we do have a school component as well. So we have a long wait list right now because there's a need for these services.
So if you've been doing this for 30 years, the partnership, you've seen a lot of people go through those doors. Is your success rate pretty high?
It's hard to fully track a success rate because we can't always stay in touch with these kids when they go back home, but we get really happy phone calls from kids that are telling us that they've completed their intensive outpatient program, or they finished high school, or they're going to college, they're passing their drug screens. They'll text their counselors and check in and tell us that they're doing well and call us. So yeah, we definitely have some good success stories.
Do you ever feel like you wish people could know more really what that triumph means? Because if you've gotten addicted to something at 15, 16 years old, and you have the grit to pull yourself out of it through a lot of hard work, that's more of a testament than being an easy A student.
Oftentimes it's great to hear peer-to-peer, other adolescents looking at a peer who has been successful in their treatment, and maybe not just hearing that from an adult. The last 3 years have been tough. We've seen adolescents, we've seen an increase in substance use, we've seen an increase in depression and in suicide. And so, it is very important that we have outlets for teenagers and adolescents to find help that they need, given the past that we've had.
So the whole purpose for them wanting to come on today, besides to educate you, is to encourage you to think as you're giving on Giving Tuesday. If you give to either go to Cadas directly,
Cadas.org.
They're wanting to try to help keep the holiday season happy for these teenagers and get that momentum going to get them through Christmas and the year to come.
A lot of kids will not be home for Christmas that are in our program during the holiday season, and so we want to be able to give them the
what
Christmases that we had.
Yeah.
We want them to have memories. We want them to have a good time. We want them to be able to have a Christmas or presents or see activities out there that are holiday related. And so any donations that go, we are a nonprofit, we're a 501c3. We'd encourage anyone to donate. You can go to cadas.org and go to our donation page, and there's a specific fund there that you can donate to.
Well, thank you for the work that you do, and thanks for teaching us about the Schultz Center today. I'm glad to learn. Cadas.org, again, as Knox said, and the Schultz Adolescent Center is just around the corner from us on Pineville Road. 30 years of partnership there, changing these young people's lives for the better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.